Hello, I'm going to teach you how to use Snap and Read. Snap and Read is an app that will read text to you. It will read websites, PDFs, and even allow you to take a picture of a worksheet, which you can then have it read to you. Snap and Read has a translation tool, text leveling, and you can even write on the worksheet you took a picture of and then turn it into your teacher. Let's get started. You're first going to download Snap and Read from Manager. Go ahead and download it. This may take a few minutes. Next, sign in with Google using your district email address and password. Your email address is your student ID number followed by @students.usd497.org. Continue signing in using your district email address and your password. If you get this page, select Yes. If you don't see it, don't worry, it will still work. Once you see this page, you are fully signed in. You should see your options at the top, including documents, and you should see this document or PDF called Snap and Read for iOS. At the top, you'll see you have a text reader, which is a speaker, a text leveler, a translation tool, OCR tool, the ability to take a picture, turn on annotations, search document, bookmarks, share PDF or save it, all pages, and the little face is where you sign in and sign out of your account. You'll also see on the far left-hand side is how you get to different documents. Let's go ahead and get into the app and we'll go more in depth explaining these. Now we are actually in the Snap and Read app. You will see we have those options at the top that you saw in the last slide. I'm going to go ahead and go to this page of the document and have it read to you. So you're going to go up to the top right here where the speaker is and select that. It will look like it's turned off, but it's actually selected. You will then press in front of what you want it to read.
Hi, welcome to Snap and Read for iOS. Feel free to use this sample PDF to explore the features of Snap and Read for iOS.
If you don't like that voice, you're going to do a long hold on that speaker and you can then select a different voice, increase the speed, change the highlighting color. Go ahead and pause this and play with that and select the voice you like. When you're ready to get started, unpause and we'll go to the next section. Now we're going to try the text leveling tool. What the text leveling tool does is it takes a document and it will give you the vocabulary options or the meanings for some of the words that may be more difficult. This option is the one right next to the speaker and I'm going to select it. I have the Declaration of Independence pulled up here. So I'm going to select it. And it said it doesn't contain any text. Would you like to OCR it? And I'm going to say yes. And it's doing that just because this was not already put in a PDF format. Now at the bottom it says OCR done. And so I'm going to again select that text leveling. You'll see it pulls all the information out and it puts it in a separate screen or window for you. So right here in the first option it says and then it says every single person agrees, and I'm going to click on that, and the word that is supposed to be there is unanimous. So what it's done is it's taken the word unanimous and it's given you a vocabulary option for that. So that's how the text leveling tool works. One of the things I really like about it is you can choose if you want to see that or if you don't want to see that. So go ahead and pause this and try that option. Now we're going to try the translation tool. The translation tool is going to allow you to pick a language and then have the document translated or changed into that language. To select your language, you're going to go to the A with the little plus next to it, and you're going to hold that down for a second and then let go, you'll see translate into, and I have Spanish selected. If you want a different language, you can click on that and scroll and find a different language. I'm going to stick with Spanish. You can also pick your translation voice. Some of the options do not have a translation voice because Google hasn't made one. So if there's not a translation voice option on there, it will still translate it, but it will not read it out loud to you. So let's go ahead and try the Declaration of Independence translated into Spanish. So I already have Spanish selected. I'm going to click on that. It's going to highlight it. And now it has pulled out the Declaration of Independence information, and it has translated it into Spanish. To hear that, I'm going to go to my speaker next to my documents option. You'll see it's in blue. I'm going to select my speaker and now have it read out loud to me.
La Declaración Unánime de los 13 Estados Unidos de América, cuando en el curso de los acontecimientos.
As you can see, if you know Spanish, it translates it. I do not know Spanish, but I've been told that the translation is pretty good and the voices are very clear also. So that is an option for translation. One of the other things, if you have translation turned on and you have a different language selected besides English, when you do the text leveling, so I'm back in text leveling, and you can see that top option, every single person agrees. I'm going to select it. It's unanimous. If I select it one more time, if I have my translation option on, sometimes it will give me the word in that other language. So go ahead and let's pause and try the translation tool. Now we're going to use the feature to take a picture of a worksheet. You want to make sure that you turn it this direction, which is called the portrait direction. You do not want it this direction, which is landscape. You want it portrait. You want to stand up and make sure that you are parallel, which means your camera is right above your document. You do not want to go at it from an angle because you will not get the information correctly. So you want to be right above, and you want to get as close as you can to the words, as straight as you can. Your camera is going to be on your right hand side, is where you're going to click the button with your thumb. And I'm going to take a quick picture, and it's going to ask me, do I want to use the photo? I am going to select yes to use this photo, or I'm going to select use photo. And now it has taken that photo and has given it to me in that document. I can now go ahead and change this back to the wider or landscape view, but when you take the picture, you want to be in a portrait view. Let's go ahead and pause and have you practice doing that. Now that you've taken a good picture, what we're going to do is we are going to have the document read to you. So imagine that this is a worksheet, or maybe you did take a picture of a worksheet. You want to have that worksheet read to you, and also you want to be able to write on the worksheet and give your teacher your answers. We're going to go to the speaker button, which is right up here at the top. You can also, if you don't want it read to you and you just want it the ability to write on it, you can go to the pencil tool. So either one of these will do the next thing I'm going to show you. But I'm going to go to the speaker tool, and it's going to tell me the page does not contain any text because, again, we took a picture, so the system thinks that it's just a picture, and it says, would you like to OCR it? OCR, for those of you interested, stands for Optical Character Recognition. So I'm going to tell it yes, it's going to think, and then it's going to tell me down at the bottom that the OCR is done. Now I can have this read to me.
Snap and read. Universal. Date of conference. Student name.
So you can see it changed it from a picture to where it will read it to me. Now, say I wanted to write on it. I can do the same thing and have it changed into an OCR. and go to the pencil, which is on the right-hand side. It's the first option on the right-hand side. And now you see I have all these tools over here on the side. Before we get in and talk about the tools, let's pause it and have you change your document from being a picture to OCR. Now that you've made your document into an OCR format, let's go ahead and practice writing on it. So on the right-hand side, again, go to the pencil and you'll see all of your tools over here on the side. We're going to go ahead and type on this. We're going to go to the T and select the T and then click in the document where we want our word to go. You'll see I have the option now to have my keyboard, and I can go in and change the font or the color if I want to, but I'm going to stick with what I have, and I'm going to type name. So if you do better with typing rather than writing, you can go ahead and type in your document. If this was a worksheet I was doing for a teacher, I could then add another text box to right where the line is that I'm supposed to fill out, and I'm going to put 2 hours because that would answer that question. To get rid of the keyboard, you're going to go over on the right-hand side and press the keyboard down option. Let's go ahead and pause and have you try that out. So you've tried out the text option of being able to keyboard and write on a document with the keyboard. Now let's try the option of you writing or drawing a circle or putting something in your own handwriting. We're going to do the option of the pen right here, and I have it selected as blue. If I wanted to change the color, I could select on that. I could change the color to black. I can change how thick the line is or how dark it is, but right now I have it black, and it's going to just write right on the document when I use that tool. And if this was information I needed to write on, I could do date of conference, and it's going to be kind of hard to write in a small spot, but there I could do that. If I needed to circle something, I could circle something. If I needed to make this document bigger, I would turn my writing tool off and I could make it larger so that I could write directly. Oops, I already had that turned on, but you can write on there. I can then make it smaller. So go ahead and pause and try that feature out. The next option we're going to try out is the erase tool, which is right underneath our pen. And so I'm going to select my eraser and I'm going to get rid of that line that I had right there. Try that out and we'll come back together after you've finished exploring. Now that you've written on your document, you have it ready to be able to turn into your teacher. We're going to go to the option of the share button right at the top. It's the third option in. And when you share, if you embed annotations, it's going to send what you wrote, but allow you to go back and change it. If you flatten annotations, it will put them on top of the paper as if you wrote them in ink and you can't change them. So we're just going to go ahead and do flatten annotations and then select the share option at the bottom. And then you should have an option to share to different places. You can share to Google Drive, Google Classroom, Chrome, you can email it. So practice doing that, and then we will finish up after you explore how you could share that information with your teacher. The last feature I want to show you is how you can use Snap and Read within Safari. So if you're on a website, how you can have that information read to you. So go ahead and let's pause for a minute and have you open up Safari as a browser. All right, I'm in Safari and I am in a web page about the Declaration of Independence. If you get to a web page and you want to have information read to you, what you're going to do is you're going to go up here to the option to share. I'm going to select share, and I'm going to scroll down until I see this option of Snap and Read. I'm going to select Snap and Read, and then I should get this option right here on the left-hand corner. I have the option to have it read to me, text leveling, and the translation tool are available. The two little lines are your pause button. So let's go ahead and have this read to us.
Second Continental Congress meeting in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on July 4, 1776. The Declaration explains why the 13 colonies at war with the Kingdom of Great Britain regarded.
All right, so then I can stop it by just pressing that speaker again. The reason it started on Second Continental Congress is that's where my finger went when I went to start it. I tried to start it at the United States Declaration of Independence, but I hit the wrong line. So that's why it started there. Let's go ahead and try text leveling. So this one will not pull the information out the same way that it did and put it in a separate screen. This will actually do the text leveling on the screen. And the way you know that it has had a change is the word will be italicized. So right here we have the word statement that is italicized. I'm going to select it, and it gives me the Spanish version of it because again I have Spanish selected, but the actual word is pronouncement. So the word is the Declaration of Independence is the pronouncement adopted by, but it changed the word to statement. Let's go ahead and pause and have you try those two options. The last thing we're going to try out on this is our translation tool. So again, I already have Spanish selected. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so that you can see it. There we go. And I'm going to select my translation tool. And it's asking me to select the text I want to translate. So I'm going to translate this first paragraph and now hit the translation tool, and it has translated it into Spanish. Go ahead and practice with that feature, and then we will come back together and finish up. We have now finished our training on Snap and Read. If you would like more information or want to watch additional videos on how to use Snap and Read or any of the other tools, go to donjohnston.com and search under resources to find additional resources and videos.